My name is Lisa Clope, and I'm an admissions advisor for the School of Education. I will be moderating this webinar today. Today's webinar was created specifically for prospective students interested in USF's Transformative School Leadership Program, which includes the Preliminary Administrative Services Credential. This webinar will provide a program overview and will give you a chance to meet and hear about the program from our faculty co-directors. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's start by going over the agenda for today's webinar. First, I'll introduce you to today's speakers who are faculty of the Transformative School Leadership Program. Our speakers will provide details about the program and an overview of the curriculum. I will also share information about the admissions process and financial resources. We will conclude with next steps for learning more. Let's begin. Our speakers today are the faculty co-directors of the Transformative School Leadership Program. Dr. John Fong Kuhn is an assistant professor in leadership studies. Her research focuses on educational law and policy as a site of contestation and explores the way that education law and policy further or impede efforts to create a more just society. Her passion for and commitment to public education has been informed by her work as an educator, lawyer, and organizer. She holds a PhD from UC Berkeley's Graduate School of Education, a JD from the University of Maryland School of Law, and a Master's in Education from the Harvard Graduate School of Education. Our second presenter is Dr. Derek Smith. Dr. Smith is an assistant professor in leadership studies whose research focuses on culturally responsive discipline practices, critical pedagogy, transformative school leadership, and social justice schooling. He is an administrative coach for the Oakland Unified School District and an educational consultant to the Superintendent's Office of the Castro Valley Unified School District. After directing Triumph, an Oakland-based youth development program, for 10 years, Dr. Smith became the co-principal for the June Jordan School for Equity in San Francisco. He holds an EDD in Educational Leadership from San Francisco State. I will now turn it over to our speakers to share more information about the program.
To give you a brief overview of the program, students in the Transformative School Leadership Program earn a Preliminary Administrative Services Credential and a Master's in Organizational Leadership. The program is designed to prepare principals and school leaders, including school coaches, curriculum specialists, teacher leaders, and others, for careers that build and sustain schools committed to social justice and success for all. Courses are taught by 4 full-time faculty who are experienced K-12 practitioners. In addition to Dr. Smith and I, students in this program will be taught by Dr. Ursula Aldana and Dr. Jane Bleasdale. Since they're not here with us, I wanted to introduce them to you. Dr. Aldana's research focuses on K-12 teaching and leadership with regard to issues of equity and access for racially, ethnically, and linguistically diverse students. Her expertise is in language policy and practice, innovations in Catholic schools, and the social cultural competencies of teachers and students. Dr. Bleasdale's research is focused on equity and inclusion in Catholic Jesuit high schools, and specifically the experience of Black, Latino, and LGBTQ students. Dr. Bleasdale's career has been primarily in K-12 education, serving as a high school administrator and focusing on faculty development. Her personal experience also includes teaching graduate courses in organizational leadership, strategic planning, and preparing leaders for diverse educational settings.
The Transformative School Leadership Program was created with 2 questions in mind. What kind of school leaders do our schools and communities need? And how best can we prepare our students for this role and responsibility? From these 2 questions arose a program with 7 distinctive features. First, we have a course sequence that is designed to prepare leaders for the contemporary demands of school leadership that expand on traditional curriculum with innovative courses such as coaching and observation, school climate discipline and safety, and advocacy and policy. We will introduce you to these courses in more detail. Second, all of our courses have small class sizes that support rigorous and engaging discussions, personalized instruction, and deep learning. Third, the program is based on a cohort model that fosters community, collegiality, trust, and peer-to-peer learning. We understand that people learn within a social context, and so we've designed a program with activities, course activities, and assessments that intentionally build on the collective knowledge and experiences of each cohort of students.
Fourth, we explicitly teach effective tools that address equity and opportunity gaps throughout the course sequence. We believe that equity must be a central feature of any educational system, and we explore the ways that instructional practices, school policies, personnel issues, budgets, and nearly every other aspect of leadership can and must align with this goal. Fifth, in courses and through the final capstone project, students are assessed through performance-based projects that relate theory and course content to practice. For example, in one course, students are required to create and present a school budget consistent with the school's mission and vision. Sixth, the program requires a supervised fieldwork that provides individualized opportunities for practice, reflection, and coaching. We will describe the supervised fieldwork in capstone in more detail later. Finally, given that our students are working professionals, teachers, and counselors, our program follows a weekend course schedule during the academic year, which meets Friday nights and all day Saturday every other week. During the first summer term of the program, students take 3 courses as a way of front-loading content. And in the final term, students take their final course and complete their capstone project.
Naturally, we are very proud of our course selection. As mentioned earlier, these classes were designed with the intention of providing future school leaders with both a grounding in a social justice framework, as well as a set of practical skills that will enable them to be successful in the field. The first class that students take is Educational Leadership for Social Justice. This course emphasizes an approach to school leadership that prioritizes the humanization of students, staff, and faculty as the goal of the educational process. Then we have Schools, Community, and Society, which is a course that encourages leaders to understand the school as part of the community as well as accountable to that community. The question that is addressed in that course is, how does one establish a healthy and respectful relationship between the school and the community in which it is situated? We added a course called Advocacy and Policy, which is incredibly important as a course that prepares school leaders to analyze, shape, and develop policies that impact the lives of children and their families. We're really excited about that. Now, our organizational systems class is designed to shed light on how school districts actually function. It's designed to familiarize future leaders with the interconnectivity of schools, their district offices, social service agencies, state offices, nonprofit partners, and develop a vivid picture as to where they fit in and how their decisions as leaders can be both impacted by while having an impact on the broader educational system as a whole. The School Climate Discipline and Safety course was designed to address issues of school safety, culture building, and trauma in an effort to prepare school leaders to establish a campus climate and a professional ethic that supports the establishment of a healthy, sustainable educational environment. You close off the program with courses such as Impact and Assessment, Coaching and Observation, and an integrated course of Human Resources, Law, and Finance, in which school leaders can learn how all 3 of these elements influence one another. As you are finishing the last 2 semesters, you will also be completing your field experience and capstone projects.
We all know that school leadership is an art and a skill that only fully develops through practice. Towards this goal, we have the supervised field experience and capstone. Candidates in the Transformative School Leadership Program will complete 100 hours of a supervised field or clinical experience in a school or school district. Typically, students fulfill this requirement in their own school or district. If you do not have a field placement, you will be assisted in finding one. As a part of the normal coursework, you will apply the concepts and theories learned in class to design and lead a leadership action plan that identifies a problem of practice at your school site, convene stakeholders, develop an action plan that builds upon existing research and knowledge, and begin implementation. Through the field experience and capstone course, you have the opportunity to reflect and problem solve along the way with a cohort of peers who are also engaged in a leadership action plan of their own. Candidates benefit from the constant support of a site supervisor who is a credentialed school administrator at their site and the mentorship of a university faculty advisor. To complete the Master's in Organizational Leadership, candidates will write a master's thesis or capstone during the final summer of the program that integrates the concept and theories introduced in courses with lessons learned from the Leadership Action Plan. Through the cycle of integrating theory and practice, we believe that our candidates learn the skills necessary for leading and modeling continuous improvement and lifelong learning. The supervised field experience and capstone are aligned to the new requirements of the California Administrator Performance Assessments, or CAL-APA.
Given that we are a 15-month program that serves working professionals, we have designed a summer intensive program where students take 3 substantive courses in the first summer: Educational Leadership for Social Justice, Schools, Community, and Society, and Advocacy and Policy. During the program's final summer, students take 1 substantive course, what we call the nuts and bolts of human resources, law, and finance, and complete the writing of their master's thesis capstone.
I will now give an overview of the admissions process. All applications are submitted online at usfca.edu/education. Applicants are required to have a minimum of 4 years of teaching experience and a completed bachelor's degree from a regionally accredited institution. Additionally, applicants must hold a valid Clear or Life general education or special education credential, or a valid Clear or Life California Pupil Personnel Services credential, Teacher Librarian Services credential, Speech Language Pathology Services credential, Clinical or Rehabilitative Services credential, or a School Nurse Services credential requiring a bachelor's degree and a program of professional preparation, including field practice. We do recommend that applicants have a minimum undergraduate GPA of 2.75. However, if your GPA falls below the recommended minimum, we still welcome your application, but do recommend that you reach out to our admissions office for additional instructions. That office can be reached at 415-422-5467. The application requires a personal statement, 2 letters of recommendation, a resume, and copies of your transcripts. All items are submitted electronically through our online application. The $55 application fee will be waived if you attend any of our on-campus or online information sessions. Tuition for this program is billed by the semester unit. Currently, the rate is $975 per unit. Payment plans are available through USF. To learn more about payment plans, please contact our one-stop office at 415-422-2020. Federal financial aid and scholarships are also available through USF. Most scholarships are equivalent to 1 free class in your course of study. For more information about scholarships, please visit the Financial Resources section of our website or contact our admissions office at schoolofeducation@usfca.edu. This concludes our webinar for today. Thank you for joining us. If you have additional questions, please contact our admissions office at schoolofeducation@usfca.edu or reach out to one of our faculty presenters directly. We also welcome you to attend one of our upcoming information sessions. To view a list of our upcoming events, please visit usfca.edu/education. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to connecting with you again soon.